Hey, how's it going? Dan Mayo here. This is RuMayoNation. I've got a bit of mic discipline. How's it going? It is Monday the 24th of March, the date of recording. I'll be honest, I feel woefully unprepared for this. Daughter's still ill. Yes, tonsillitis, yeah.
Yeah, they're ruined.
Which I think it was always going to become. She started turning into a little hot water bottle. A little hot water bottle. And, took her to the doctors this morning. Yeah, tonsillitis. So she got that yucky nana medicine. To be fair, she much prefers that one to the red strawberry one. I don't actually think it actually, just checking, have you said actually enough in that sentence? I don't think it actually is banana flavoured. I think it's just yellow, so everyone goes, oh, the banana one. Because whenever I say it to the doctors, they're always a bit like, banana one? Let's not pretend you don't know what I mean by banana one when I say the yellow one, all right? You're yellow, you're banana.
You white, then you Ben Affleck.
But yeah, usually feels loads better after 24 hours on that stuff. So, yeah, we got it early enough, I'd say. But yeah, it's been. Coming up, by the way, just so you know, this has been fueled purely, shut up, by Liquid Death, but my own brand. This is Homebrew Liquid Death, aka water. No Monster, although I did buy one, but I've been promising you that the gimmick was going to be the question mark Pringles, and I've got them. This will be getting tried later on in the show. I don't know the flavour. We might do some research. Also, I've got my notes here. I've got my digression pad as well. Just have to disclose something. You can watch this on YouTube. I look like a scruff. I apologise. Yeah, I just look like a bit of a scruff at the minute. Find out exactly how much of a scruff I look on YouTube. Oh, people that call it YouTube. Little bit Megan. Finger spoke about it before. YouTube.
Megan.
I worked with a guy called Daniel. It was DSD. Daniel Stewart Dexter. Really lovely guy. I think I spoke about him before, but he said YouTube. He called it YouTube. Unacceptable, Megan. Just like people call Amazon, Megan. What is also unacceptable is what happened to me this morning on a little walk. So my wife has taken today off work because obviously I need to do stuff. I've got radio commitments. So we're sort of two-handling the whole tonsillitis.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Child went for a little stroll, give her some fresh air, and I said hello to someone who wasn't saying hello to me, was just in fact on the phone, because in my defense, right, he was walking a dog and the dog kind of initiated a bit of like not dialogue, he initiated, like he came quite close to us and he sort of pulled him back, and then he went hello, and I went, oh hi mate, you're right, and then just walked on. And then he went, yeah, you're there. And I was like, he's got the fucking headset in. He's got the Bluetooth headset in.
He's done it again! That is a fact! You fucking little bastard!
Obviously, my wife found it hilarious. Although she even agreed with me because I took it badly. You know, you're just like that's just happened. It's like, you know, you go like, why have I, like you just, the cliche of it. But yeah, I'm recoiling, and that's going to bother me constantly now. But I maintain, and my wife did agree, maybe just to sort of like appease me, anyone would have fallen for that. If you're sat there right now thinking, idiot, no, you would have done. The timing was too perfect. It was like he was saying hello to us. So I went, all right, mate, weren't talking to me. And now I'm that twat. But yes, we've also got, oh my God. I've got my digression pad, which I always say when I'm going to go on for the tangent. Although technically this isn't a tangent. Do you remember when I was saying about Louis Braille, because of the last week being really like sensorially stimulating because you could feel them like Braille, and I said about that little video, Louis Braille, and I said about that song being in my head, Louis Braille, Louis, yeah, well, guess what, found it, and I'm going to try and do some video in video, which might take a little bit, like, it was called like Magic Grandad or something, Magic Grandad Louis Braille, because I found it on the old bloody YouTube, didn't I? So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to try and sync this up. I've not worked out the technology here, so instead I'm gonna count it in. You're gonna have to just be a bit rough behind the scenes with me. There's probably a better way of doing picture-in-picturing it and the sync up right, but I'm not going to know it. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 and click into the mic, okay? And then press play on this, and then from then on we know it's fair game. All right? Do you get what I mean? Because otherwise I'm reacting to something and it's not happening. Just, okay? Okay? 1, 2, 3. Right. So now we're in real time. I'm going to have to do a bit of skipping, obviously. That was, I forgot the most fundamental thing I was going to do, which was to screen record what I was doing. Otherwise, entirely pointless doing that click. What I essentially just did then was start some sort of jive and didn't carry it on. Right, it's now recording. But I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
Here you are.
For those watching, will see I just stumbled and put my second finger up there because it was too like.
Did he live a long time?
Right, so there's people sat on the table right now. Here he is, Magic Granddad. He's older in the book.
In a little village.
It's got Louis Braille written on it.
In France.
Right.
Where his father made saddles and bridles for all the horses in the village. And Louis used to come into his workshop and watch.
Right, so there's Louis. There's Louis and his dad with his little ponytail. This is the workshop I was talking about. Do you remember I said he had a bit of leather and a screwdriver and he stabbed himself in the eye? I think I was mostly right.
Now, the workshop was full of knives and special tools for making holes in leather. And because they were very sharp, Louis's father had told him he must never, ever touch them.
So there you go. There's Louis's father being a very responsible parent, saying never ever touch these because they are very sharp. But have you seen that experiment where there's the toddler sat with a big red button and it's like, don't press the red button. They all press the red button. Also, use any one of them bladed articles to sort them fucking mutton chops out, pal.
But one day, when his father wasn't looking, he picked up a very sharp tool called an awl.
Called a what?
And tried to never, ever touch them. But one day, when his father wasn't looking, he picked up a very sharp tool called an awl.
An awl? Right. Let's do some research, because I said screwdriver, which, to be honest, I don't work with leather, but it was never going to actually be a screwdriver. An awl. Oral. All toothpaste, all airport code, leather tool. An awl. There you go. Yeah, so it's basically just a spank with a wooden handle. It's a spank, right? I'll put a picture of it there.
And tried to poke it through the leather. Just
already looking at the visual, I've got to be honest, this is Darwinism at this point, and look at his clogs. But he's literally, like I said, he's kind of got it there going on. I feel like Louis, to be honest,
like
mate,
his father did.
It's your fault.
But
like his father did. Did I just say like his father did? Hang on.
Father wasn't looking. He picked up a very sharp tool called an awl.
Don't keep saying it.
And tried to poke it through the leather, just like his father did.
So actually, his father's probably to blame because he's copying what his dad does. He cuts to his dad, who's obviously like, right, okay, let's go.
But the awl slipped and went straight.
There it is. There's the pain. That mouth is harrowing, by the way. Why is the mouth? Why has he got teeth on the? Why has he got teeth on like the side of his face? He's got. Obviously, I know more importantly, he's bleeding out of one eye. It never quite gets to why he damages the other eye and therefore can't just read with his other eye. But why is his teeth in his mouth the wrong way round? That was also a very specific tool.
Into his eye.
Yeah.
Did it bleed?
It did.
Did it bleed? Huh! Are you possibly more stupid than Louis Braille? Did it bleed? Nah, it's fine. That's all right.
Worse than that, he went blind.
There you go, he went blind.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
I'm glad we didn't go back in time.
We wouldn't go back and meet him at this point in the story. No, you see, Louis Braille wasn't famous because he had an accident and went blind. It was because he did something very, very clever that has helped blind people all over the world ever since. And he...
Yada, yada, yada.
We can...
Oh, if I did this in primary school, I could just skip the nonsense.
Stop.
But anyway...
Louis Braille, are you there? Are you there? Talk to us in English. Talk to us in English. Here we come.
Where's Louis Braille from? Because otherwise we're in Louis Braille because borderline xenophobia there. Talk to us in English. Talk to us in English. Okay, he's born in France, died in France. The picture's not very flattering of him. I'll put it up. Again, it's only the one eye, so what? I don't get. I mean, I guess he probably realised he's not the only blind person. It's probably what spurred him on.
Then probably what spurred him on.
You're
Right,
very
let's talk to Louis
welcome.
Braille.
Please ask anything you want.
Blind people.
Right,
Blind.
these are clearly blind people, so I'm not going to make any jokes about them.
Using raised dot.
Trying a bit of the old Braille.
I can. It's so that
It is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm not digging out Braille as a concept.
Many.
I'll see how they do it all with little emboss. Yeah, it's very clever. But that song, I swear later on.
No.
Magic was wearing off. Braille?
Not till after
Right.
Louis. Louis Braille, Louis Braille, blind at 3, worked out a new way for the blind to read from small raised dots.
There you go. So that has stuck in my mind, from, I don't know, since pre-Vietnam War when I was in primary school. And I just feel like the song's a bit like out of order. Louis Braille, blind at 3. It's like something someone would sing on like a playground. Do you know what I mean? Blind at 3, he can't see a thing, ding dang dong. What?
But that was a close one.
So yeah, there you go. That's Louis Braille. How mental was that though that I remembered that song and that's like stuck in. By the way, I also mentioned, you will notice old Trusty's back. I've not got the scoliosis seat. It just weren't doing it. I've put it up on Marketplace and part of me is a bit like nervous, scared that the retirement village are going to go, we gave you that in good faith and you've tried to flog it. No one's bought it just yet. I've not mentioned. What I'm hoping is someone comes along to buy it who's got that very specific scoliosis and it's like everything would just align. But this is the best chair I've ever had. Thank you. Have double what you've asked for. Child talk, and this time it's one of the two stepkids who's been off ill. Do you remember? I recorded it on Monday and he was off school ill. Right, so his brother comes home after school and then the ill one, so Bill is off school from Bill and Ben the Flower Pot Men. Ben went to school. Ben gets back from school. Bill comes downstairs and says, Ben wants to know if he can go to the 3G. It's where they play football. And I'm like, has Ben left his vocal cords at school? Or like, and he's like, oh no, I'm guessing I won't be able to go, will I? And it's like, fucking no, obviously not. You've been off school ill. You don't get to then, well, it's 3:15. We all agree that everything's back to normal now. I'm going to go run around the fucking football court. No, absolutely not. Right? And you think, right, fucking buggery, piss take, what the fuck? The next day, I had to pop out. He was off school again, obviously, because he's still at the black lung.
I think I'm getting the black lung, Bob.
I drove back, and I'm chatting to my neighbour, and I see Bill and Ben coming past. Obviously, Ben's in his school uniform, Bill isn't. I'm like, well, where have you been? Oh, I went to go get Ben. Went to go pick up Ben, aka went and fucked around outside the school, and I had to give him a bit of like a rocket and be like, mate, you were off school unwell. I messaged your school saying you're not well enough to be at school. And then you're going to be in there acting like an absolute fucking buffoon at the end of the day, probably doing cartwheels and handsprings. And I was like, it just makes me look like a dickhead, mate. Like, and he's like, what do you mean went to get him as well? He literally, mate, I'm not exaggerating. I could crunch up a ball of paper and throw it and hit the school. Even in a mildly windy day. That's how close the school is. It's not like he's got to put tennis rackets on his shoes and go on this big, like, excursion to get him back safely. It's not like the dad in Day After Tomorrow trying to get to his fucking son. It's about walking across the road. But, yeah, basically, he's just going stir crazy at home. And that's fair enough, but it's like, mate, play the game. Play the game. Even when he was off school, I said to him, do you remember, if you're off school, you can't go football training? He was like, yeah, no, it's fine. But he's like, yeah, but I can just play football socially. How about no? Yeah, very, very frustrating. But also, he had a proper NPC moment the other day where, like we spoke about in the past, where they'll sometimes just talk to you because they're clearly just bored and don't want the silence, but they don't actually give a shit about what you're saying. So, Bill started talking to me about older phones being better. So he was like, were older phones better? And I was like, well, no, they weren't better. Because we were discussing like how like we didn't have phones, or we had the phones, like we had phones at their age. but it was different because phones weren't like an open portal to like the whole world of information. It was like a text was 10p and you got phone calls, maybe you could play Snake. But on my first phone, I couldn't. It had a screen like a fucking calculator. It was tiny, right? It was, oh, is that better? And I was like, well, I mean, you could argue that like from a wanky perspective, we were like more connected and you weren't as absorbed into your phone, and it kind of provided a service rather than being your whole world. So yeah, I guess so. And then like halfway through the conversation, he was replying to me going, oh yeah, I guess it would be better because, right, come on in, Ben. And then just like walked out like total NPC behaviour. You know, like when you trigger a quest log, when like the character in the video game's talking and then you come up to him, oh yeah, we'll just get the, hi, been expecting you. He literally completely just killed the conversation.
Necromancy may be legal in Cyrodiil, but few will openly admit to practicing it now that the Mages Guild has banned it. Farewell.
Because his brother had got downstairs, he's ready to go. Yeah, no, I suppose you do make, you know, because we could connect on a more one-to-one basis and it wasn't all digital and, you know, masked behind avatars. And anyway, ready to go. See ya. Like, yeah, cool. I guess fuck me, right? They're still very much in between at the minute where you think talking to you is still a chore. You'll get what I mean by that. It's like, I think when they're a toddler, it's a chore, but you can kind of distract them with something shiny. Whereas these two now are 12 in August. So they understand, like, the fundamentals of how a conversation should sound by now, where there's the sort of, you know, the passing back and forth of ideas and concepts and half points to kind of integrate a shared understanding. But they don't actually have the attention to give a fuck, probably because of phones, and just generally don't actually care. It's just, you will do until my brother's ready to go and play football. You'll do until anything else comes along. And then they'll literally just, yeah, well, that's really fascinating. Tell me more about... Anyway, they're fucking gone, mate. And because I'm an adult and like I like to sort of see a conversation through to some sort of natural conclusion, because I'm not just random coding like they are, I'm always just a bit like... Oh, like fucking Roy Hodgson when he's watching the attack happen, and then that is me in that exact moment. I thought, oh, we're having a conversation here, like a little bit about my like childhood and trying to relate and find that common ground and understanding. Oh, he's gone. All right, fair enough. And it's a bit pathetic, really. But it's like, I've only had a toddler to talk to all day, and for just a brief moment then, someone with a bit more understanding of the world than just what's been informed by fucking In the Night Garden wanted a conversation. But it's like, it doesn't actually want a conversation. It's just, I was better than staring at the floor. And I'll take it, don't get me wrong, but it's not exactly great for morale. Do you know what I fucking mean? Ear update. And then I'll do this, because I know that's what you were waiting for. Ear update. Had a CT scan. Cut. Because I got a phone call on Wednesday, my dudes. Hi, you've been booked in for a CT scan. I'm like, have I? Oh, you might not have got the letter yet. Either way, we've had a cancellation and we can get you in at 12:40 today. I was like, oh shit, okay. Because you know what it's like. It's like, it could be now or it could be like, you know, 2028 when I'd next get an opportunity. So I was like, yeah, can I just make a couple of phone calls? Because I've got like my little girl, so I need to be able to sort of get cover for her. She's like, okay then. I was like, can I just call you back? She's like, well, yeah, but how long are you going to be? I'm like, well, I need to make a couple of phone calls. So like a few minutes. She's like, okay, cool. So tried to ring my mother-in-law and I got no answer. And then I was, fuck, basically. Like, shit it. But then, like, my wife reminded me that, like, my mum now, for obviously unfortunate circumstances, as you'll know from last week, might be available. So quickly called her, like, hi, mum. Yeah, you right, yeah. Would you right to just have libs because I've got an opportunity to go get a CT scan? She's like, yeah, that's fine. She gets up. And so I go to the hospital and, like, I have the CT scan. And I don't know what I'm expecting, to be honest with you, but I feel like if it was made more awkward than it needed to be, it was my own fault. But firstly, I think the holding pen was not appropriate because it was very confined and tight, and therefore I was kind of off kilter a little bit. And also, I was in communication with the football club for a team that I coach about the pitch markings after realising on the rota it's our time to repaint the lines. If they're no good for the weekend, the games can't happen. And it was, I think it was on, was it on Friday? Yeah, that was, so they could, was it, so, it can't have been on Wednesday then.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to sing too loud because I don't want to wake up Robert and Nancy. My throat's sore. I've had a sore throat for a month and a half. And this is not an acoustic environment that's suitable to request this from me.
Must have been Friday. Where the fuck have I got Wednesday from? Either way, it was Friday, right? Because otherwise I'd have had loads of times to do the lines on the pitch. But yeah, so it was on Friday. I was like, oh shit, because obviously there's some games that happen on Saturday and Sunday, right? So I was kind of a bit off guard anyway. But then they're like, oh, okay, Dan. I'm like, yeah, cool, right, let's go. And I go in there and I thought, oh, should I like take my nose ring out? Because I remember seeing somewhere, I think that might not even be a CT scan, but I'm sure having metal in your face when you're scanning your face probably isn't like preferable if you can help it. I'm not suggesting they get people to like, take pliers to their own braces, but this does just come out. It fucking stinks, by the way. For those who know, you go, clean. No, it just stinks, all right? There's nothing you can do about that. So it stinks. But anyway, but also, right, so I forgot it on now. No, I haven't. A lot of my jeans and jean jorts that I make by cutting jeans, they don't have pockets. Now, the reason for that is because I wear ladies' jeans, right? It's not a lifestyle choice. It's because they, and I don't think it's the case anymore, they were once cheaper, you know, sisters, and they fit better, right? But now I think, and I know that skinny's not the trend anymore, it's all about baggy, and I've seen a few videos of millennials who look like absolute fucking twats wearing like fleeces you'd mug off your geography teacher for wearing, being like, oh no, wearing this, you like, don't wear this, don't wear that. Anything you say to not do, gonna probably go ahead and do the exact opposite. Spoke about it in the past. You dress a certain way, get to about 28, 29, go, right, this is me now, until I inexplicably start wearing like a shirt and tie on a Sunday, even though I've got nowhere to fucking be, right? When I'm like 80 years old and all of a sudden I'm involuntarily nodding and chewing, right? And I don't know why they do that, but it annoys me.
Megan.
And so I wear women's jeans because they just fit better and they're cheaper, right? Easy peasy, okay? But they don't have pockets, all right? And this is exactly what the suffragettes were fucking complaining about. This is why someone jumped in front of a horse, because it's like, I have no pockets. This is bullshit. And it's probably, I reckon, to make you buy clutch bags. And I don't think I can pull that off, right? So I don't have pockets. What I have instead is like a fanny pack, but it's not a fanny pack with a big old clip at the back. It's what's called it's like a fitness belt. And apparently they're well fucking expensive as well, because it's my wife's, so I nicked it. But then you can like slip your phone, your keys, there's a little hook for your keys, and not my AirPods, right? But it's all in a little belt around my waist. Now, I'm like, oh, okay, so I take my nose ring out, and I'm like, okay, but I also think I've got loads of tech, I've got my keys, my phone, my little AirPods in a case in my belt. But to the nurse who's preparing me for the scan, he thinks at this point I'm just pulling down my fucking trousers, because I obviously go like this to kind of pull my belt down. So I pull it down, and it's not the first time, because I think I was at my sister-in-law's house, or they came round and they thought just in the kitchen unannounced I was going to kick myself, but I didn't. I wasn't. I was taking the belt off, right? But he's like, oh no, you don't need to do that. I'm not pulling my trousers down. Like, he's like, we're only scanning your head. Yeah, but which one? Or I'd be a lot more comfortable if my cock and bollocks were out, actually. If nobody minds, would that be okay? But yeah, so straight away I was on the back foot. Tell you what though, as I was like trying to show him, I was like, no, I pulled the AirPods out, dropped them, but brought them down with absolute Dennis Bergkamp aplomb. He did try and catch them as well, and ended up just putting his hand on my kneecap. It was like all the accidental moments that lead to sex happening in porn, but it was actually just me trying to get my lump in my ear scanned, right? That's the only lump we're interested in today. I mean, the scanny portal thing could easily be a help, step bro, I'm stuck, which is something that gets sent in videos that I don't watch. But yeah, straight away just awkward. But then also they've put like in the ceiling like a skyline view and some trees, which is lovely, but then you get moved into the scanner and can't see it. It's just... And I'm in there for a while, it's all sort of like whizzing around, and there's a little sticker that says, don't look directly at the laser.
Yes, it's a sophisticated heat beam, which we called a laser.
But so I don't even know where the laser is to not directly look at it. So I'm then like, oh, so where do I look? They're like, can you keep your head still? I'm like, yeah, but I'm trying to avoid the laser. Just be more information, which to be fair, he might have given me had he not thought I was trying to get my cock and balls out by just inexplicably pulling down my own trousers. So yeah, they did a few pictures and that. Obviously, I don't find out anything yet. I'm guessing that gets passed on to the old ENT team. And then, yeah, we find out how long I've got left to live. Hopefully a little bit longer, because I've got stuff to do. So many Monster Energy drink flavours to try. Do you know what I mean? So much left to do. Right. Coming in. We've stalled long enough. It's time for the question mark Pringles. They are Super Mario. Mystery flavour. First thing you got to do is get a waft, right? Huff it like you're huffing glue. You ready? Okay, right. So, because I had some recently, like red pepper and hummus flavour, and they're really good. Right. Okay, let's give them a go. We'll have a little gander. Have a little look. Have a little go. Ow. I just realised I'm chewing right into the mic. I'm so sorry. I'm going to carry on doing it though. Okay. Do you reckon Pringles would have been as bold as to have it taste like the sick you'd have after a night out where you've had pizza? Because they're a bit odd. Hang on. Here's where I'm really aware of my weird eating technique. Does everyone else do this? Eat like a fucking lizard. Your tongue, you're like a lizard.
Oh, disgusting. Watch. Oh, look at that fucking thing. That looks like a lizard.
Like this. Ow. I don't know. Got a bit of a kick to them. They don't taste bad. I couldn't tell you one flavour though. I bought some custard cream, hot cross bun flavour custard creams yesterday. I can kind of get it with those. I have no idea. So it's got a bit of a kick to it. And I'm not one for spice. I mean, some jartikas, I'm like, give me some yogurt and call the fire brigade. It's got a bit of a kick to it. They're nice. They're kind of pizza-y, but surely it's not pizza. I'm thinking, right, okay. Oh, yeah, there's a bit of a kick to him. I'm not Idris Elba.
Oh, shit.
So it's milk that you have next, isn't it? They taste pizza-y. I don't want to get all xenophobic about this. Talk to me in English. Talk to me in English. Or I'll smash up your shop. Right. I'm thinking, because he's Italian, there could be pizza infused in there. Tomato-based stuff. Super Mario. The thing is, did they ever announce what it is? Mystery flavour. I'm going to just Google it and see what people are saying. Maybe curry and pineapple. Really? So I've gone on Reddit here. Someone's just said curry and pineapple. I'm not seeing that. Tastes like peach. Interpret that how you see fit. Oh, come on, man. People are fucking perverts, aren't they? I saw a funny video. It was like a Super Mario, saved the person who keeps abducting the princess. And he's like, nah, have a little fun go-kart race with them. Hey, that's a bit of me. Spaghetti tastes like an actual block. This is supposed to taste like mushroom. I'm going to lose my mind. Mushroom and fire flower flavour.
Camembert.
They missed the opportunity to put Mario's hat on the Pringles mascot. Yeah, that would have been class, to be fair. It tastes like every single Super Mario game's Mario game. Right, sorry, hang on. Huh? Why is this impossible to read out loud? Right, Rackers? It tastes like every single Super Mario game's over dead bodies remains. Where'd you find this? OMG. Real. People are doubting if it's actually real or not. Vaguely kimchi flavour like. Kimchi. What the fuck is kimchi? Right, come on then. Kimchi. It looks... is a traditional... Oh, to be fair, of course, because he's not actually Italian, is he? We've done this on the podcast. It's-a-me, Mario. He's not saying it's-a-me. He's saying it's-a-me, which means super in Japanese. So kind of like an oriental... and it's like a chili flavour. Do you know what? The colour of this correlates with the flavour of that. I'd go with kimchi over... what the fuck did someone say? It tasted like the dead body of Mario's dead body. You wear your glasses when you're going driving because you've got the Specsavers and...
Well, maybe you should go also then, Jeff, because you couldn't see driving home the other night because you don't even wear your glasses and TV in case you get slagged off. So you just stick to Specsavers and I'll do the game.
I tell you what.
What was it? Someone said that was a bit like Rogue, like pineapple and something, wasn't it? Pineapple and curry, yeah. No. Oh, what is this? Curry? Yeah, I'd go for kimchi without ever having had kimchi in my life. I'm going to say it's kimchi flavour. They're not bad, to be fair. But yeah. All right, well, there's the gimmick. Give them a try if you can. Don't go out your way to find them, though. They're not that good. Yeah, sauce Pringles. You tried your best. I do agree, though. It looked good with his little hat on, wouldn't it? But yeah. I got hot, though. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Oh, my God, man. We went to a soft play with my daughter. Do you know what? I love her so much that I would happily elbow another child in the temple for going anywhere near her. We're on these little like pedal along cart things, and listen, kids are kids, right? So it's a bit of a free for all. When one jumps off, kids pile on. But it weren't that busy. We go sort of in the evening before going to get the lads from their dads, and excuse me, and just threw a wrapper then in the bin of a shredder. It's not a bin, and I won't touch it again. Then my wife will go to shred all the important documents she gets, because she gets them and I don't, obviously, because of the way that we live our lives, and she'll be furious. But it was quite quiet, but there was enough people, there was a little bit of a wait to get on, right? But kids are going to be kids. What fucks me off is parents are sat there with their kids waiting, but they will know you've been waiting longer. And then when one becomes available, they like basically shove their kid into it to get it, rather than being like, well, you wait your turn. Like, you've got to be the person who provides any kind of order to this, right? That's frustration number one. But anyway, my daughter gets on one. And then there's one little, how do I say this nicely, considering the kid's probably about 4. One little fucking twat kid in an Iron Man costume who's just fucking steaming into all the other kids. And these are like little kids on it. This lad's probably about, 4 or 5. Probably too big to be on it, to be honest. But he's just smashing into all the kids. And my daughter's not on one at this point, but then she is, and he has a little go at her. And I can feel myself already thinking, I'm going to fucking dropkick this kid in a minute. Like, I'm going to fucking dropkick him. And eventually, I go on the little buggy thing with my daughter, because she can't go very fast on it. And I think, I'll whiz her around, we should have a bit of fun. And then I see him smash into another child again, and I'm there close enough. So I grab the back of his cart, and I'm like, mate, no one's enjoying you smashing into him, so can you stop doing that? I think the first time we tried to do it to my daughter, I was like, hey, mate, like, but he obviously didn't know I was talking to him. Like, Australian version of mate, meaning c***. So I'll stop him, and I'm like, mate, like, no one's enjoying this. Can you stop smashing into people? And I let him go on his way again. And then I see him carrying on again. This time I get right in front of him, I stop him again. I'm like, mate, you crashing into the other children isn't nice, and they're not liking it. If you're not playing with them, you're just affecting their good time. So can you stop doing that? And he's giving it a bit of a at me. But he goes to carry on again. I think, where the fuck are your parents? Like, why the fuck am I parenting some random fucking kid? But I'm thinking, like,
I'm sitting there thinking, where's the guys now are prepared to put their neck on the line to say, I'm going to point your finger at you, you, and you. And you're sitting there thinking, well, we kind of expected it in a way. And you're sitting there thinking, you were sitting looking at him thinking,
if he smashes into my daughter one more time, I am probably going to go for a missile drop kick off this fucking spongy platform. Like, and then when I'm with her again, I go for a little round around with her. The temptation to fucking muller him is almost overwhelming, to the point where I think it's going to happen.
Fuck him! I'm going for it! I'm going for it!
And then eventually he like hops off, gets distracted. He sees some other kid that he can knock the food out their fucking hand or something. But you know when you could just tell he's a little c***? Do you know what I mean? You know when you could just tell, and I can guarantee his name is Jackson, or some sort of name where they put an X in it for no fucking reason. Almost can guarantee it, right? But fuck me, you think like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you know, the thing is, they'll know their kid is, won't they? Which is why they're not there, because then they can, like, diminish responsibility by just not being there. But yeah, like, it's a bit of a law. Like, part of me, listen, I'm not a big, like, thinking of children. There's a bit of give and take with kids. They have to kind of work out their hierarchies, right? That's fine. But when you're a big kid just steaming into little kids, it's kind of like one of when you go, well, someone has to intervene here, because you're just going to hurt someone, and you're a little prick that probably needs a little bit of a fucking reality check. Do you know what I mean? If that requires a fucking elbow to the head, then maybe so be it. Do you know what I mean? Does that make me wrong? I think it's actually quite natural, right? Not least because I don't actually like kids. I just like mine, and that's very, very conditional. But yeah, fucking hell. I just felt myself going like, why did I just... Like watching Formula 1 Drive to Survive. I know how to make it look like an accident, alright? Little fucking one of them. But yeah, what a little arsehole. But, I rose above it because I'm in my 30s, and really, it's just a lot about my maturity. I've really grown up. So, yeah, there you go. What would Jesus do? I mean, to be fair, Jesus would probably tell his dad, and then, childhood illnesses, they happen all the time. What's one more going to hurt? I'll tell you what I did have as well. We've not really got a spotted drama this time round. What I did have is I saw a headline on Reddit, and do you know what? Reddit's so good because it's like digital people watching, and I just love it because like people watching is the best thing in the world, right? But with Reddit, it's kind of like, especially like the marriage ones and stuff. I like reading the headline and then go, oh, that might be interesting. Like me and my wife, sometimes if we ever go for a walk together or if we're chilling in the evening, don't quite want to watch something just yet, I'll kind of read one and we'll kind of discuss it. But this is one, I've not read anything more than the headline. My husband gives me the ick. Now that's awkward because you're legally bound to this person. But can I just say the word ick? Like, I don't think if you love someone, Like, this is very fucking, like, what was it? Was it Jerry Springer at the end? When he had, the security guard had a spin-off where, like, at the end of it, like, Jerry's thought when he sits there, he normally has, like, a little card in his hand, doesn't he? Like, you know, sometimes love can, you know, that sort of shit. This feels very much like that, I get it. But if you love someone, I think if you truly love someone, then they shouldn't be able to give you the ick. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, you should have seen them at their absolute worst. You must understand their essence, their whole being, the real them, to have been able to love them. I don't think you can love from the outside shell. You need to get in, right? And that's not a euphemism, not up the arse.
No, not up the arse.
That's right. That's being used on a weekly basis now, that clip. But yeah, so I don't think you can get the ick because you should have already seen everything about them. If you've married them, do you know what I mean? Like, you should have worked this out. But anyway, we've been together 4 years, married for 6 months. He's 36 and I'm 29. I feel like I'm always complaining about him to other people, then defending him against my own word. Can someone touch base with me? Ooh, no, not like that. Not up the arse.
No, not up the arse.
That's twice. Right, bullet points. My husband will raise his voice at me quite often. If we get into an argument, it usually ends with him raging at me while I go silent after defending my point. 2, he has threatened me with physical violence, but never acted on it. He's also constantly cursing about menial shit and gets angry at shit like not being able to find his pants that he put away and then blames me, telling me I've ruined his day. And that was sent in by my wife. That one, easily. This is all your fault. But I just have I just accumulate clothes down the side of my bed. I'll tidy up all the clothes down the side of my bed and I'm like, fucking yes. About 20 minutes later, it's up to my waist again. I don't know how it happens. Probably my wife's fault. He calls me lazy constantly. Yeah, I go to work in a busy kitchen cafe 5 days a week as the head chef. I go to the gym. I make all the meals, do 80% of the dishes, and 99% of the laundry. What's the 1%? Do you have a little cocksock? I ain't touching that, mate. Come on. He'll deep clean the house once every 10 days, but does not perform maintenance cleaning. What the fuck is maintenance cleaning? He expects me to make him breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He hasn't bought me a birthday gift nor celebrate my birthday, so I've stopped celebrating his. He yells at me when I cry. I have resorted to staying out at the pub with friends because I'm either no longer given attention or do not feel like being around him. He continually rejects my sexual advances. He pokes me and grabs me and squeezes me, kisses me aggressively. He has compared me and more work ethics to his mother more than thrice. Good word. He gambled half our wedding money away in one weekend at a poker tournament. Right, this is someone says here, this isn't the ick, this is abuse. Like, yeah, seriously, fucking hell. He gets really angry at me, he forces himself on me sexually, he has had little prods of a knife, like, just, yeah, he's violent, he's aggressive, he locks me out the house, he dumps me in the basement and padlocks me in there for days on end. It just makes you feel a bit, icky. No, will you get out? That took a turn, I've got to be honest, that took a turn, right? That's not the ick. Fucking hell. Yeah, sometimes, right, he's got this hot poker that he rests on the fire and I'm not to touch it. And then at the end of every night, I have to bend over and he shoves it up my arse.
No, not up the arse.
It's a hat-trick! A brilliant Champions League hat-trick!
Just, you know what I mean? You go, a bit cringy, isn't it? Cringy? Call the fucking police, mate. Fuck me. Okay, well. But that's what I mean, man. It's like internet people watching. It's like internet people watching. This isn't ick, it's abuse, correct. It sounds absolutely fucking awful. Why are you tolerating this? This is the thing, right? This is where, I mean, with this subreddit, though, I have to say, they love a bit of just divorce them. You go a bit too quick on the leave him, right? But this one, someone says he has good attributes, we have a gift like this. He sounds terrible, spends zero time, 100%. Like, the ick, I thought the ick was going to be, he's too into Marvel films, or he does a stupid dance when his food arrives in a restaurant. And by the way, that footage, I keep seeing it. I can't not see it. That girl doing this.
Video. A TikToker posted a video of her dancing while receiving pancakes at IHOP, and the reaction didn't go as planned. Addicted to Anna made fun of the innocent woman in the background making a stink face at her, and some of her supporters even went as far as to try to dox this poor woman just trying to enjoy her meal. But most people agreed, we're all the person at the next table.
Like, with it's so pick me, and I love the girl in the background who's looking at her like with utter disdain, just ugh. But that's the ick. Do you know what I mean? Like, really awkward, says hello to someone on a walk that weren't actually saying hello to them. Bit of an ick. It shrivels a little bit, right? That is the ick. But it's just, he's violent to me. He's murdered me mother. He has his garage. I'm not allowed access to it. He insists it's because he's making me a birthday present, but I'm getting the distinct smell of rotting prostitute corpses. Just makes me feel a bit like, cringe. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, there you go. Reddit. People watching on the internet. You don't have to leave the house to people watch. It's great. Let's, what's the male equivalent of a woman squeezing her tits together provocatively? Rolling up his sleeves. This is the answer. Definitely this. Really? Taking notes? Taking notes. So roll up sleeves. Roll up sleeves. That trick that looks like your thumb's coming off. Oh. That's the ick right there. Putting tennis balls in his shirt to look like boobs. See, that's more like it. Is that rolling up the sleeves? Why though? I don't know, I guess it's kind of like, right, time for the man to take charge of the situation. Yeah, alright, yeah, fair enough. I get it. I just got a bit of staring in my own loins there, thinking about it, mate. Right, let's go to memory, shall we? For those who don't know, oh, by the way, the Snow White film, so funny. Disney trying to spin it like it's gone well. It hasn't gone well. I've not actually seen it. I don't know what all the furor was about it, to be honest, but apparently it's getting an absolute pasting. Maybe just stop making live-action remakes of shit and just make some new shit. And that's across the board. Stop remaking things. This is why Kurt Cobain... because nothing's original anymore. Do you know what I mean? That's probably a bit of an overreaction, to be honest. Oh, what? Another remaster of a game from the Sega Mega Drive, right? That's it. Maybe a bit of an overreaction, but I get what he's kind of saying.
Not another one? Oh, for God's sake, I can't honestly...
Right, 5 years ago today, lock day. 5 years ago... Oh, fuck, where did I put that? I swear I bought something for this. Did I? I swear, did I? I swear I did. I always hide things from myself. Oh, this is going to annoy me a lot. Come on, because I'm going under the desk. Just get edited out, who cares? Where did I put it? Bollocks. Where did I put it? Well, that's going to annoy me so much. Oh, pardon me. Well, that's going to annoy me. What's the point of me buying things? I'll just lose them anyway. Where did I put it? Yes. Can't remember what I was saying now. Lock day down one. Action marker. Yes. Good. For all my fuck up needs. I've had that about a month now. I forgot each time. 5 years ago today. Lockdown. Day one boredom. 100 likes and I'll buzz my head. Yeah, that was when I had hair. And I was like... And yeah, I got it. I got 110 likes. It was a good way of like marketing a bit of attention. Giving me panicking.
Now I'm panicking.
You're lucky. You're just lucky you don't have share enabled, says Alex Wesley. Spalding, says Brad. Fuck, it's getting close. Let's go. The excitement. Yeah. People are loving it. Yeah, they've piled on. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I did the 100th like. I'm the master of my own Moonhead destiny. I did it. Here are the pictures. Gonna screen grab that because I thought like Freddie Lundberg. I look more like fucking Sam Smith, to be honest. But yeah. Okay, there you go. And now it just became a life choice. I just quite got bored of it, to be honest. Yeah, this is like lockdown nonsense because I started a vlog as well. I'll show this clip actually because it's very silly. Yeah, very silly. I'll share that.
Having attractive watching my bog eyes. I think I've got like a cough. Really? Are you a doctor? I should have mentioned I'm a medical doctor. I think I've got a cough and I can't be certain. I think I might, between you and me, have a green t-shirt on.
5 years ago today, if you aren't only buying essential jam, you're a communist. Fair enough. I was at a dinner. Not that exciting. Another gig for charity. Oh, God, I know. No, I do too much. Stop. No, nothing interesting. A clip of Johan Cruyff doing the old Cruyff turn. 9 years ago today, using a CD player for my fitness lesson while 9 years ago today. Using a CD player for my fitness lesson. One child asked, "What are these?" looking quizzically at a CD sleeve case. I told them to put whichever CD they wanted on, brackets, more than aware of the tyranny my... Right, come on! I told them to put whichever CD they wanted on, more than aware of the tyranny my eyes would... Tell them! Fucking hell. I will genuinely, I do it all the time, I will sit there and go, I reckon acting's well easy. I actually think I'll be really good at it. I can't even read a fucking basic line that's in front of me.
Okay, wine.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Take 17.
I told them to put on whichever CD they wanted, more than aware of the tyranny my ears were due to fall foul to. One child started fizzling... Right, do you know what? Fuck this. I'm going to go again. Using a CD player for my fitness lesson. One child asked, "What are these?" looking quizzically at a CD case. I told them to put on whichever CD they wanted, more than aware of the tyranny my ears were due to fall foul to. One child started fiddling with the aerial, trying to get it to work, while the other was fucking about with the buttons for the tape deck. I had to intervene. What is life? That's mental. 9 years ago. So what was that?
2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3. Quick maths.
Come on, quick maths. 2025 now. 2016. I'm sorry, no. 10 years ago today, my courtesy car. Obviously, the Pope isn't running any errands today. It does. It does. Like the Pope mobile. And there are also a load of unwilling children stored in the boot. Watching Scarface for the millionth time. Good film.
Whoop-de-doo.
13 years ago today, totes my goats. 13 years ago today, middle-aged woman sat in front of me on the train, so pissed she can't function. Tried to open a Chinese pot before dropping it and falling asleep. She's awake now and has stuck her nose in her in her roll 3 times. Her nose is getting utterly butterly. I remember that. She was literally like, just kept like nose kissing her roll. Not a euphemism. Ooh, ha ha. Right, that's gonna do it. It's been silly. It always will be. Cheers for listening. Like, share, subscribe, 5-star ratings. I will do clips. I don't remember much what I spoke about. This is the first of my bareback. This without any caffeine in it, and I don't think the energy suffered for it. Maybe it's all a placebo effect anyway. I'm going kimchi. Whenever the official answer drops, I'll come back around. Yeah, cheers for listening. I really appreciate it. Cool. Catch you later. Shut up then. Bye. Oh, fucking, that reminds me. I got banned for watching The Simpsons as a kid because I kept going, ha ha, the Nelson one, but I can't help it. I don't know I'm doing it half the time. You hear me on this. It just comes out. It's like Tourette's. Like that girl with the video at the minute. Oh, hell nah. You'll know it or you won't know it. Doesn't matter. See you later.